Yes, good morning, UUCA. My name's Denise Kapler, and before we have the testimonial, I'm here to share an update on the progress we're making towards paying off the mortgage. For anyone who isn't aware, UUCA is undergoing a capital campaign, and a few weeks ago in the service, I promised an update on how we're proceeding towards paying off our mortgage, which is one of our goals. We have a mortgage as a result of two of our past building projects that have given us the beautiful space we're so eager to return to soon. When we began our current capital campaign, that balance on that mortgage was about $3 million. Thanks to early gifts and to pledge fulfillment, we have made two significant payments to reduce the mortgage. And the outstanding balance due in April, when it's time to refinance, will be about $1.8 million. So as you can see, we've made amazing progress. We've reduced the balance of the mortgage by more than $1 million already. And there's more. Thanks to ongoing pledges and gifts, we have an additional $890,000 today, which means we have enough to pay off half of our outstanding mortgage balance already. And we're seeing cash payments continuing to come in through the visits that are taking place now. Thank you for your generous support, and we're hopeful that everyone in our community will feel inspired to join the almost 200 congregants who've already generously pledged. It won't happen without everyone's help. For those of you who made 3 to 5 year pledges and are in a position where you could prepay to help the mortgage this spring, it would be most appreciated. The payments we've received now are going straight to pay down the mortgage this spring. You can contact Marcia Meehan or Nikki at the church on weekdays from 9 to 5 if you'd like to learn more about how to pay your pledge. And thank you again for all your gifts. Over the past several weeks, we've had the pleasure of hearing from various people in our congregation about their involvement at UUCA. And this morning, we welcome Bob Denniston to share his experience.
Good morning. Good morning, UUCA. My 20-plus year journey of spiritual growth at UUCA has moved me in many ways, especially to a focus on social justice as a core value. Our faith calls us to put our values into action, and the UUCA community has supported and nurtured me and provides opportunities to put my faith into action to work for social justice. A particular occasion that deepened my understanding of and commitment to social justice took place during the first of several UUCA work trips to Hurricane Katrina devastated New Orleans to help clear the rubble and work alongside those people suffering the most. The inequities laid bare by the hurricane were plainly evident. As many of us struggled with the heavy physical labor of Katrina cleanup, as eyewitnesses, we also struggled to understand what could be done to reverse the systemic inequities rooted in racism and difference, in many ways like COVID has challenged us now. Last Sunday, Reverend CTC urged us to shine a light on all of the injustices, because if we don't, who will? What are you going to do about voter rights, she asked us, about ensuring that women of color enjoy the same maternal health care standards as white women, about bridging the wealth gap. I was drawn to UUCA because of the church's response to such injustices. UUCA's history of social action should inspire us to step up to today's challenges. UUCA was in the forefront of the struggle for integration in Arlington in the 1950s. We housed hundreds of people who came for the People's March on Washington in 1963. We helped found the Affordable Housing Corporation and then Culpeper Gardens across the street in 1975. We were among the first congregations in the Mid-Atlantic to become a welcoming congregation for LGBTQ people. We provided foundational leadership and financial support to Voice. We supported Beacon House Community Ministry in DC, which, by the way, is celebrating its 30th anniversary this spring. More recently, this congregation has stepped up, showing solidarity with Indigenous peoples in Guatemala by supporting accompagners and funding scholarships for the survivors of genocide. We've supported statements of conscience at General Assembly on escalating economic inequities and climate change. We have become a green sanctuary. We voted as a congregation to adopt the proposed 8th principle. We've sent thousands of postcards on voting rights to support the UU the Vote initiative in collaboration with UUs for Social Justice. We've supported our Arlington immigrant community by hosting social events and providing English as a second language classes. We visited our elected officials in Washington and written hundreds of right here, right now letters advocating support for public policy that addresses issues such as immigration and food security. And now some of us are planning to focus on Richmond to help protect our climate and reproductive and LGBTQ rights. As UUs, we can take a public stand on some issues such as gender justice and reproductive justice that other faiths will not. And we have marched on many of these issues over the years, living our values in the public square. So our social justice history and commitment is one reason why I value UUCA and support the Capital Campaign. That's why my wife Lavona and I pledged and fulfilled our pledge to the campaign. I hope you will support the campaign and agree to a visit from campaign organizers when they call. If they have not gotten to you yet and you're ready for a visit, please reach out to one of the co-chairs, Denise or McGinnis, whose contact information is in the chat, or to Sarah Masters. A visit is a great time to stay connected and keep engaged with the congregation during these tough and challenging times. Let me close with this thought. Justice is what love looks like in public. Justice is what love looks like in public. And as Reverend CTC reminded us last Sunday, our work is not yet done. Together, I think we can make a difference in how we respond to the interlocking injustices of our time. Thank you.